How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we do this 5 days out of the week. Maybe you had maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe, wait a second, it couldn't have been the market conditions because today is Sunday, but we are excited for Monday. Then, of course, you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. So here it comes. An apple a day can keep a doctor away, but only if you aim it well. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. We saw on the Friday, ended up closing at $6.98. And you guys know, this week is definitely going to be a very interesting one, and we're going to be talking about that inside of this video and so forth. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to take a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance, and what are some levels that we need to look out for going into Monday, and especially for this week. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Have they been increasing their positions or have they been decreasing their positions? We're going to be finding out. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. The reason why we want to know, were institutions loading up on large scale orders on the Friday. It'll be very interesting to figure this out, and also seeing what was happening on the retail side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the Friday. So it ended up closing at $6.98, being down 2.79%. On the low, it tested $6.75, and then on the high, testing $7.16. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.042 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 9.575 million shares. So even though we did have above average volume on the day, you can see we ended up seeing a pullback in the stock. Do keep in mind this 698 level is a level we saw before already in that past week. Now, when we take into consideration what's going on with our chart, the RSI down below is right around 44.04, and then when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, we are below all of them. As far as how we performed on the Friday, like I was saying previously, we ended up testing 675. So going into Monday, if we do decide to pull back and revisit this area, we're looking forward to seeing a rebound. On the high, we ended up seeing $7.16. So this is definitely one of those levels we're going to want to see some momentum above it coming on the Monday. As you know, we should be getting some sort of an update in regards to the EUL. So I feel like this will bring some momentum into the stock. And now, as far as an area of resistance to do keep an eye on, will be right here to 21-day EMA around $7.38. I feel we can gain some momentum above it. Then, of course, we're going to want to actually see this stock move very well until we see another resistance area here, right here around 762. And then passing this level, you guys already know I want to see us get to that $8 range, but this will be a psychological area. I can see a lot of profit taking here, traders coming into the play, but of course with increased volume, this could easily push the price up. But from what we have seen in the past, this has been an area of resistance, right? Taking into consideration getting to 798, getting to 795, and also being the 770s, testing there and seeing resistance. So with all that said, let's see if OCGN can get to $8 this week. I'm very bullish on actually seeing this and also seeing momentum gather further, and I feel it is very possible, especially if we end up getting that EUL from WHO. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for OCGN. So scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 750,000, updated 30 minutes ago. And the short borrow fee rate is at 1.72%, also updated 30 minutes ago as well. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we could see for the close of October the 1st, 60.27. And the day before, it was at 55.29. So one thing that we can clearly see, OCGN does have short squeeze potential. If we end up getting that EUL from WHO, we could see some strong moves in overall price action. But this also does tell us, as far as for the market sentiment, shorts are saying, hey, we are very skeptical about OCGN. So that's why they are increasing their position. So this is one thing to keep in mind and is going to contribute with the volatility that we see inside of the stock. So with that said, now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflow was 13.32 and then on the outflow was 14.08. So we end up having an outflow day. When we see the breakdown on the large, it was 0.25. On the medium, it was 8.28. And then on the small, it was 4.79. When we take a look at the outflow side, on the medium, it was 10.18. And then on the small, it was 3.90. And on the large, it was 0. Now, when we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days for October the 1st, which was a Friday, we see 250.05. So taking this into consideration, yes, there were institutions who were loading up on shares. And we also do see there was a lot of interest in regards to buying on the retail side as well, compared to what we saw in regards to selling. And I know a lot of that selling probably came when they saw OCGN pulling back, being below $7. But of course, many on the retail side were like, hey, I'm taking advantage of this dip to make sure I'm ready for next week. And of course, we already know how pivotal this week is going to be. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, I'm excited going into tomorrow. And the reason being is going on Fintel, we saw the short volume ratio was around 60%. And that is just absolutely crazy. So this tells us there's a lot of negative market sentiment. But if we end up getting this EUL this week, we could see some very strong moves in price action to the upside. So I just want to make sure that is something that you are aware of. Also on the Friday, we did see, hey, there was a lot of selling that was happening. OCGN did test $6.75. It did close at $6.98. So there were many who were able to take advantage of the dip, but I could also see there was probably a lot of panic selling as well, because people are probably saying, hey, why isn't this stock running up, especially since we're going to be having this meeting going down for next week. Totally understand, but if you do your homework and if you do your due diligence, you should be prepared and also expect the volatility that comes ahead with this particular play. One thing I did notice though, inside of the after hours on the Friday, we were seeing a lot of momentum. I think the stock got to around $7.24. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it performs inside of the pre-market, especially going into the open. For myself, I just want to see us get back to that $7 range, but being close to it, and like I said, closing at $6.98, this is a level we closed at before already. So things are still continuing to look good, especially in the technical sense, and this is why I say if we end up getting that decision with the EUL, this stock can really make some serious moves. So let's see how this stock performs going into tomorrow. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.